Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into this video, I just want to say a couple of things. The first one is I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has watched my Should I Do a TBR video and my channel update video. Is kind of a combo of the two. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has shown their support and reached out to me and said how sorry they am because of what's happened to my dog or what's currently happening with Jake. So thank you so much. I didn't really make that video to have loads of sympathy. I didn't do it to have all these sympathy comments, but I knew that people would say how sorry they were for it, and for that I am really, really appreciative. I really am. Where I stand with it now, I'm trying to be positive. Even though I kind of think in a negative way, I try to think about the negative sides, but I try to push that to one side for now and think of the positives. I went out a while ago, a few days ago, because I needed to get out of the house and I had a day off and I needed to go, not because the atmosphere in the house was toxic or anything like that, it's just that I wanted to clear my head basically. So I went off to a second-hand bookshop, and when I was out and about on the underground or the train or the subway or whatever, I was weeping a little bit, but I was kind of trying to suppress it and, well, not suppress it, but hide it really, and to try to make it appear that, oh, there's something in my eye or something like that. But Jake is fine now. Well, he's the same as, as always. He's not in any pain or anything like that. He can still do whatever it is he's usually doing. Everyone's giving him loads of love and attention. And we found out that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, so this is coming out on Monday, so this coming Wednesday, by the time this video comes out, anyway, he is going to go to the doctors or the vet to have a bunch of tests and examinations done on him to see how deep the cancer is, and to ultimately see whether an operation will help. So based on them tests, we should know whether he will get an operation. And hopefully if he does get an operation, then they will be able to remove the cancer and that he will be able to get better. But everyone's on the edge of a blade or knife or whatever. Everyone's on the edge about this, and fingers crossed it will actually come out all right. But if it doesn't, I've been reading loads of short books this month or this beginning of this year, because I want to focus on smaller books, because I don't want to get into like a massive epic fantasy book, this massive tombstone of a book. And then unfortunately, if this does go south with Jake, there is a very, very, very real risk of me getting into a reading slump, and I don't want to be halfway through a tombstone of a book and then being in the reading slump and then putting it down. But I'm okay. It's just about waiting around and carrying on as normal and just waiting to see what the tests bring on Wednesday. Also, I just want to say as well quickly here that I have done a couple of giveaways, and I like doing giveaways. I like giving you guys the chance to win some free books, and it gives that kind of interaction between you and me. And I just like just giving away free stuff. It's something that I'm more than willing to pay completely myself and to do a competition, so you guys feel that you can win stuff on this channel as well. So it's something that I enjoy doing immensely. And for the most part, it goes down really, really well. I did one for Shade by Chad Nicholas that actually went down really well. And I also did one to celebrate me reaching 500 subscribers. And that went really well as well. That was kind of a horror mystery box blind thing that I get from my subscription box. So that went down really well. But the past two videos that I've done or two of them anyway, that I did in the past or recently, haven't been received that well, and the responses have been very minimal for the people that either don't want the book or whatever. I do not know. I did one for Eclectic Nightmares by Jeremy Fee, which was a poetry book, which I'm pretty sure I need to do the announcement video today at some point. I'm not sure. I might leave it till later. I'm not sure. And there's also one I did with my most recent booktuber shout out video for Bookish Chaz, where I announced in the video that I would be sorry about that, is that I would be giving away one free copy of his book. When it comes to Eclectic Nightmares, by the time this video is uploaded, that giveaway has ended. But if you still want to enter the chance to win one copy of Talendor's Guest, then I will have a link down below, so you can still tell me that you want me to put you through to the giveaway to win Talendor's Guest, which is a fantasy short story collection. So because I haven't had that many responses, I'm thinking, is it because I'm actually saying and giving away books that you guys don't want or not are interested in, or are you not aware, that I'm doing a giveaway? Would you rather me do a separate video announcing the giveaway rather than combining it with my review for the book? So let me know if you would like me to do that. So if I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a book, if you would prefer me to do a separate video focusing on that giveaway for it. And also, more importantly, let me know if you want me to continue doing giveaways. I don't mind doing them. I want to continue doing them, but let me know if you want me to continue doing them. And if so, what type of things would you like me to give away? Would it rather be non-horror books by small unknown authors, or is it going to be more mystery box things or horror books? Or let me know. Just comment down below and let me know what you want me to do for giveaways, and I will take it under consideration. So with all that out of the way, sorry about that. It was gone a bit longer than I wanted to, but let's get to the reason for this video, and this is going to be more of a discussion video. And if you clicked on this thumbnail, you should know what I'm going to be on about right now, and that is my worst books that I've read for 2021 last year. And I just wanted to say here, guys, that this is my own personal opinion and thoughts on these. If you liked any of these books or authors, that is great. That is absolutely amazing. Seriously, that is really, really good. You are entitled to have your opinion. But for me, this is my opinion. So please take this video with a grain of salt. So I have 6 books on this list, and this is going to be in order. So number 6 is going to be my most horrible book that I have read last year, but I wasn't a big fan of. And number 1 is basically one that is suitable to read on the toilet, one that was absolute trash. So number 6, this might upset somebody, but that is Stormfront by Jim Butcher. This is book 1 in the Dresden Files series. I've heard such great things about the Dresden Files, and I still have the copy of the book that I read in my room. I haven't given it away, and I won't give it away because I liked it. It was a really charming book about a wizard in Chicago, who I think it was, that is a detective, and he has to go around solving crimes, and there's loads of magic in it as well. It was really good. It was really good. He is a very charming, charismatic character. When I read it, it was underwhelming. It was great, but it wasn't as great as people told me it was. When I uploaded a video for it, fans of the series told me that it gets better from book 4 or 5-ish. So when I went out recently, as I said at the beginning of this video, I picked up the next 2 books in the Dresden Files series. So I am fully committed to continuing on with this series. So these are both second-hand books. They are both very cheap. That's why they have the cross on them because the store wanted to get rid of them. So the second one in the series is called Full Moon, which is about werewolves. And the second one is called Grave Peril, which, as I can tell from the back, is about ghosts. So I'm really excited to read them. I really want to get to Full Moon really soon. I might not get to it this month, but depending on the situation with Jake, I might read this next month. So number 5 is We Are Legion, We Are Bob by Dennis E. Taylor. This is a science fiction book based on a man that gets killed, and many years later his conscience gets downloaded as a computer program, and he can copy himself numerous times, and all his copies look exactly like him, but they all have different personalities, and they can act different ways, but they all look exactly like the character of Bob. When I first heard about this concept, I thought about the computer on the Enterprise in Star Trek, where Bob would be the intelligence on the ship, and they would have all these aliens and humans living on the ship with Bob. But no, Bob is the only person on his ships. So when I read this, purely for that reason, I was a bit confused by what was going on, and because all the characters looked the same, and I found it hard to actually focus on different personalities if they made any sense at all. So like Stormfront, I'm going to be reading all of the books from the Bobbyverse series. There are 3 books, I believe, in the trilogy and 1 spin-off right now. I did do this as a buddy read with Rose at Rose K Reads, but she's been inactive on her channel for quite a while now, and we were planning to do a buddy read on all of the books. So I'm in no rush to read the other books, but whenever Rose gets back, I will be continuing on with that series. Number 4 for the worst books I've read this year is Doing Harm by Kelly Parsons, and I did this as a buddy read with Ariel from Reading and Whatnot. This is a medical thriller about a series of deaths in a hospital, and a doctor and a set of individuals have to discover who is killing these patients. And they do discover who's actually killing these patients, and it's kind of a cat and mouse between them and the killer. This book wasn't terrible, it was passable. That's why I put it at number 4. But I am never going to read it again, and it wasn't that it was a terrible book, it was a passable book, but it was just okay. So number 3 is Jaws by Peter Benchley. This was probably one of the biggest surprises of last year. As I'm such a big fan of the movie by Spielberg, that I thought that this book would be a no-brainer. I would like this book. I thought, okay, I've seen the movie, I'm going to like the book. But this book is completely different than the movie. The movie was really focused. It knew what it wanted to do. There's a killer shark in this seaside town. We have to go and kill it. And that's it. But this one, in the novel, it kind of drifts away from that threat of the shark and focuses more on the characters, which is fine. But I'm like, guys, you do know that there's a killer shark out there, and you're just having a dinner party. You know, it's like, what, it's like, what the hell? So I thought that Jaws was boring. I'm never going to read it again. Although I do have it still currently on my Kindle right now, so who knows, I might read it again, and it might get better. But right now, at this very moment, I have no intentions of ever reading Jaws ever again, but who knows? So number 2 is The Skylight by Louise Candlish. This was a impulse buy that I found at a bookshop in the mall where I work. I saw it, and there was a table full of these very short novellas or novels or whatever, and they were £1 each or $1 each. So on the back it said that every time that you bought a copy of one of these books, that they would donate one book to someone that couldn't afford books or reading, that they would donate one book to someone that couldn't afford books, and to spread the love of reading and something along them lines. So I thought, okay, great. Cheap book, short book, and it contributes to a good cause. And on the back of it, it sounded like a thriller, and it sounded okay. So what it was about a woman who spends all of her time indoors, and she spies on her neighbours through a skylight, which is kind of like a window on a roof. So she looks down at them at an angle, and because she can only see a small section of their apartment where they eat, but she's obsessed about looking through this skylight and observing them to see what they're doing. And there's a death involved, and it was average. Well, I mean, the writing style was okay. I didn't really feel for any of the characters. There was a kind of an attempted twist at the end, but it didn't make sense, and it was predictable as hell. So yeah, it wasn't that great, guys. It was very, very boring and dull, and yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick up anything by Louise Candlish ever again. And number one, the book that I recommend that everyone reads on the toilet, that is The Folcroft Ghost by Darcy Coates. This book is the reason why I am so put off by reading books about ghosts. This book is the sole purpose and reason why every time I'm out and about in a bookshop, whether it's brand new or second hands, or I'm browsing through eBay and I come across a book about the supernatural and ghosts and all that paranormal stuff, that it kind of puts me off buying it or giving it a chance. This book is about two children who go off to spend some time with their grandparents in their house in the middle of the woods, and there's all these supernatural, spooky stuff that happens throughout the book, and all these encounters with seeing ghosts who, for the most part, don't do anything apart from standing there and looking at the kids, and that's basically it. It's not scary. The characters in it were fine, they were okay, but I didn't really connect with any of them. I thought that the kids were very stupid and they weren't really unlikable, but I thought that a lot of the stuff that they were doing was very predictable and unrealistic. It was just an extremely dull book. I hated this book. I know I don't like to use that word on this channel, but I actually despise this book. I am never going to read anything by Darcy Coates ever again. I know that this is what she focuses on, is like buildings that are haunted and ghosts. That's her thing, and that's fine. It seems that that's all she writes. That's her comfort zone, and that's fine if it was done well, but this wasn't done well. And that's why I am going to say that The Folcroft Ghost by Darcy Coates was the biggest piece of crap I have read last year. So guys, that's it. That's the worst 6 books that I've read last year. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you liked them or if you didn't like them. It's great if you did like them. We can have a discussion about it down below. And yeah, let me know if you've read the next 2 books in the Dresden Files series, which I'm extremely excited to read. So I will have a link down below to my Goodreads account in case you want to follow me on Goodreads and see what I'm currently reading. And with all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.